Our spine-chilling story is set in the sprawling and mysterious wilderness of the Blackwood Forest, a remote and untouched expanse located in the northern reaches of the U.S. state of Montana. Known for its untouched beauty and impenetrable ancient woods, the Blackwood Forest beckons adventurers seeking a connection to the raw, untamed nature. But as Mark and Sarah venture into this remote part of Montana, as the sun dipped below the towering pines, casting long shadows over the forest floor, my girlfriend Sarah and I found ourselves deep in the heart of the woods. What began as an innocent day hike had turned into a terrifying ordeal. We'd lost our way on unfamiliar trails, and now darkness was rapidly closing in on us. My heart pounded with fear as we stumbled through the underbrush. "I should have brought a map," I muttered to Sarah. She looked at me with a hint of worry in her eyes. "It's going to be okay, Mark. We'll find our way back to the trailhead. Let's just keep moving." But as the last glimmer of daylight vanished, panic began to creep in. The forest that had seemed so peaceful in the day now felt oppressive and ominous. Every rustle of leaves, every snapping twig set my nerves on edge. "We should make camp for the night," Sarah suggested, her voice trembling. I nodded, and we quickly set up a small tent and a campfire. We huddled close, trying to find comfort in the flickering flames. Hours passed, and the forest was eerily silent, except for the distant call of a solitary owl. Just as we were beginning to relax, a blood-curdling scream pierced the night. My heart leaped into my throat, and Sarah clung to me in terror. "What was that?" I whispered. "I don't know, but we need to stay in the tent," she replied. With trembling hands, I clutched a pocket knife, ready to defend us if needed. We listened, straining our ears for any sound that might reveal the source of that chilling scream. The minutes dragged on like hours, and the forest seemed to close in around us. Then, just beyond the glow of the campfire, we heard it, a soft guttural growl, almost like an animal, but distinctly human. The hair on the back of my neck stood on end, and I knew something was terribly wrong. "We have to get out of here," I said, my voice a mere whisper. We packed up the camp in a frenzy, leaving the tent and fire behind, and began to move through the darkness, guided only by the faint light of our flashlights. It was as if the very shadows were alive, and something unseen stalked us, lurking just beyond the reach of our beams. The forest whispered with sinister secrets, and the leaves seemed to conspire against us, amplifying every snap of a twig and crunch of leaves. My heart raced, and Sarah's grip on my arm tightened. As we stumbled through the woods, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched. The occasional sounds that pierced the night were chilling, a twig breaking, leaves rustling, a low, mocking laugh that echoed through the trees. I dared not look back, but I could sense something following us, something not quite human. Suddenly, we reached a small clearing, and in the dim moonlight, I saw it. A tall, gaunt figure with long, sinewy limbs stood at the edge of the clearing, its eyes reflecting the faint light in a way that sent shivers down my spine. It was a Skinwalker, a creature of Navajo legend, and it had been stalking us from the moment we entered these woods. Sarah gasped, her face drained of color. "What is that?" I had heard enough stories to know that we were in grave danger. With my heart pounding, I turned and began to run, pulling Sarah along. The Skinwalker pursued us with unnatural speed, matching our every step. Desperation fueled our sprint through the woods. Trees blurred past, and our breaths came in ragged gasps. The Skinwalker's chilling laughter echoed through the trees, growing closer. Just when it seemed we couldn't run any farther, we burst into a small clearing, and there, miraculously, was the trailhead. We stumbled out of the forest and into the open, gasping for breath. The Skinwalker, for reasons unknown, did not cross the boundary of the woods. It stood there, watching us with its eerie yellow eyes, before fading into the darkness of the trees. As the first rays of dawn broke over the horizon, we finally felt safe. We knew we had narrowly escaped a creature that should only exist in legend. But the memories of that night in the woods would haunt us forever, a stark reminder that sometimes the darkest horrors are all too real. And that's a wrap on our video, folks. I hope you enjoyed the spine-tingling journey we embarked on together. But guess what? This is just the beginning. If you had a frightfully good time and want more bone-chilling tales, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. And of course, don't be a stranger. Ring that notification bell so you're the first to know when our next terrifying story drops.